Important advice for every guy. You need to trust your own natural God-given intuition to use your own logic and your own reasoning for each and every single circumstance, because if you don't, your dating life's going to be completely miserable. So say this again, your own intuition, your own God-given intuition. You already, okay, this is a demonstration of competency too. There is nuance with every single dating situation. So the point I'm going to make today is active versus passive masculinity and indirect versus direct game, and when to do both or when to do each, because there's so much conflicting advice. You hear one dating coach or one guy talk about how live a social life of abundance, and as you're just sitting there hanging out vibing, maybe she starts giving you choosing signals or she puts herself in your vicinity. Okay, great, that's cool, but you need to actually understand the social awareness for when that applies versus when it doesn't apply. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is we have to understand something here. Most guys don't have this wild social life of abundance past the age of college. Beyond the age of 22, 23, 24, real life kicks in. People start getting married. People start having families. People go off into their careers. People start working 40, 50, 60 hours a week to survive. And then people go to the gym, and then maybe on Saturday or Sunday, they go get their groceries and they're out and about. And maybe once or twice a month, they go out with friends, and that's it. Okay? Men who are in a passive state love the advice of living a social life of abundance and become high value, and hopefully you trip and fall into being in this amazing circumstance of this magical situation where she just trips and falls into your vicinity and she flips her hair at you and gives you this choosing signal, and then because you're sitting there so nonchalant, you can indirectly open her, and now you guys are going to fall in love, and you did it the right way because you didn't look needy. Okay, cool, that's awesome. If you want to live by that truth, cool, man. That might happen to you once or twice in your life. So the question I'm going to ask you is, are you really going to sit on your ass and not ever take action the other 99 times that year when you walk past a really hot girl? So this is what it comes down to, is I see a big issue here. I see a very big issue in the entire men's dating space, in the entire men's manosphere, of having no understanding of nuance, no situational awareness. And this stems from always needing a coach or an influencer to tell you what to do, because you have essentially turned off your natural God-given intuition and your own natural God-given awareness. When you actually understand your own God-given intuition and awareness, you start to put two and two together and you go, okay, cool, I actually have a brain too. Oh, cool, I have a brain that works too. I can decide for myself, and I can make up my own fucking rules if I can say this, or if this is a good time to say this or not. Bro, you have to make this more simple. The first way you make this more simple is you have to say, I am not dumb, I am competent. Okay, so that's first. Once you have accepted the fact that you're competent, now you say, hey, since I have a brain, just like this next influencer, just like this dating coach, guess what? I can think too for myself and decide if this is a good situation or not. So let me give you some couple examples here when it's okay to do indirect, when it's okay to do direct, and how you have to have some literal logic. This is how you have to know when to go indirect versus direct, passive versus active, and you have to understand the differences between the two and some social nuance and some social calibration to decide for yourself what's okay. And the coolest thing about this is, since you're a logical, rational man, you can easily use your own natural brain to think about this for yourself without needing anybody to spell this out for you. Let me give you an example. If you're at a house party a couple times a year, you're at a bachelor party, you're at a wedding, cool. It's okay to go a bit indirect. Have fun with the group, talk to everybody so it doesn't look like you're thirsty or you're needy. But honestly, man, even if you're an attractive guy, you can walk up to her. If you're at a wedding, you say, hey, would you like to dance with me? She'll know what's up. She knows that you want to talk to her, right? But overall, if it's a social environment, if it's a social situation, sure. Let things play out. Have a little bit of patience to see how the night unfolds. Have a little bit of patience to see how the day unfolds, how the setting unfolds, and cool, run indirect for a little bit. Show that you're in abundance by having other things going on in your social life and talking to the people in your vicinity and having a good time. That also doesn't mean, though, that you can't strike up a conversation with her. Dude, this is the thing, man. When you have a high testosterone attitude you start to say, I don't really give a shit about the rules. I'm going to say what I want. I'm going to do what I want. If I want to talk to her, I'm going to talk to her. If I'm not, I'm not going to. If I want to run indirect, I'll run indirect. If I want to go direct, I will. If I want to say, hey, cutie, I will. If I want to sit there and wait until she sits by me, I'm going to wait. I've done all of those things, and I literally do it based on how I feel in the moment and what I want to do. So this is the thing. When you're a man and you understand that it's okay to act and be like a man, you go, I'm going to do what I want to do in this second, in this moment. Okay? But because I know guys like to have some type of framework to follow. Listen, if you're in a social environment, okay, because listen, like if you're out of college, you don't have a lot of these social opportunities a lot of times. You maybe have a couple times a year where you trip and fall into the right circumstance. If that's you, okay, cool. But are you really going to sit there? Okay, so if you're in a social environment, sure, run indirect and let the night play out. But you have to have some discernment, some understanding, some logic, some reason to understand for yourself that if you only live by that, what are you going to get, man? 1 or 2 opportunities every 5 years where she gives you these hardcore choosing signals and just based on how you look like you're just her exact type? Dude, that's not going to happen very often. So then when do you go indirect? When do you attempt to actually make that effort to say, hey, I'm going to put my big boy pants on here. I'm going to prove to myself I got a pair of balls and I'm going to talk to her. When do you go direct? You go direct when you have to, based on the circumstance and based on the situation. And you already know for yourself, you know damn well when you need to go direct because you have a brain. Wow, isn't that awesome? You have a brain. You can decide for yourself when it's the right time to do things. Let me give you an example. If you're on a bike path, if you're on a walking path, a running path, if you are out doing some cardio and you're on the bike trail and you're walking past that woman and you think she's really hot, you have literally 2 seconds to say something and probably go direct. Hey, cutie. Oh, didn't know I'd meet the most prettiest woman on the bike trail today. Oh, look at you. Hey, excuse me, you single? Wow, look at you on that bike trail, huh? I want to meet you. You have 2 seconds to say something. You better go direct because as you walk past 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, oh, now she's gone and you never see her again. Same thing goes for the shopping mall. You want to talk to a woman at the mall? 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, then it's over. You're at an appointment for something and you see the receptionist, or you're out to dinner and the server is really hot. You got that one time to say, hey, pretty lady, you want to go out with me? I want to go out with you. You got that one time to go direct. You don't got all this time to go indirect and hope that the next thing leads to the next thing. And bro, that's the other thing too. I don't care about rejection or embarrassment at all. If you're going to tell yourself, oh, I don't want to say the wrong thing because I don't want to be embarrassed, well, then you don't have a lot of self-confidence with how you either look or how you come off. Like, I don't care. I don't care if she thinks it's cool or not, if it was a good opener. I don't care if her friends think it was direct or indirect. I don't care. But what I know for myself is I trust my own natural God-given intuition to tell myself, hey, I have the social calibration and understanding and awareness of people for myself without needing to be taught this at all, because I've been around people for 30 years. So I obviously know how people are. And I understand what's right and wrong for myself because I trust my own judgment because I've lived and I have experience. If you're in a social environment or you're at the bar or whatever, sure, wait a few minutes to see how the night plays out and you can go indirect and you can wait until that woman just puts herself in her vicinity maybe or gives you a choosing signal. You don't have to come off so thirsty. If you're in a split-second decision where this is the only time you're going to see this woman, excuse me, I can't think of anything off the top of my head to run this perfect indirect set where hopefully it plays out and she just trips and falls and writes her number and name down on a sheet of paper and gives it to me. Like, dude, women will very rarely, if ever, approach you. Very rarely, if ever. The only way they're going to start to really approach you is if you're on social media or if you're on a dating app and she gets to essentially hide behind the phone because there's not a lot of risk of rejection for her and she can kind of sit in that like passive state and she'll just text you something that makes you feel like she gave it to you first. But dude, you got to start to trust your own awareness. You got to start to actually understand when to go into an active state. And the reason why I'm telling you this, the reason why I'm telling you why you got to put your big boy pants on and grow some balls here and step into your own masculinity and conquer your own goals is because in that split-second decision, you are either going to be weak and you're either going to be passive. When you're on that bike trail and you really want to talk to her and you just walk by and you don't say nothing, you're accepting defeat. You're submitting to yourself. You're basically putting yourself in a state of submission and saying, I'm going to be weak and I'm not going to talk to her. You can't do that, man. Because the reason why I'm trying to tell you this is because you only have a limited amount of years. You do not have unlimited life, right? Hopefully we all live to be 100, but who knows? You don't have unlimited opportunities to have a girlfriend or the wife of your dreams or the family of your dreams. So you might as well start taking some opportunities here. And every day you're getting older. If you haven't done an approach or you haven't talked to anyone in the past 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, dude, I don't know what to tell you, man. There's a whole world out there. I'm sure there's somebody who would like to talk to you. Like, go fucking talk to them. This is not that hard. If she thinks you're hot, she'd love to talk to you. She'd love to go see you. But you need to stop making this so damn hard on yourself. It's like, say what you need to say and start communicating effectively like a man. If I want to go out and grab food with you, I'm going to say, I want to take you out for food. If I want to go get drinks, I'm going to say, I want to take you out for drinks. I'm going to say exactly what I want because I need the information I need to make an educated decision for myself if I want to do this. But all this fluff and filler and hoping that you can set this dynamic of one thing leading to the next and it's this amazing magical experience, like, bro, this just doesn't exist. You need to cut the shit and you need to get down to it and you need to say, hey, I already got some situational awareness. And the way you do this is by stepping into an active masculine state. You do not want to be passive. You want to be active. If an active man who is not in a passive state goes after what he wants, and what he knows in his internal heart of hearts is true for him. That means if 10 different dating coaches say, no, don't do it that way, he don't care. If he wants to go talk to her, he says, piss off, I'm gonna go talk to her. And that's how that works. And that's called being a man. That's called putting your big boy pants on and going after what you want. It's about what you want. If you want to talk to her, you go talk to her. Right? It's like, it's purely about what you want as a man. If you're tired that day and lazy, and you see her at, I don't know, on the grocery store, the bike trail, whatever, and you don't want to talk to very many people that day, or you don't feel like having a lot of conversation, and you just want to say, hey, excuse me, you single? Wow, what'd you do, waste a whole 3 seconds? It's like I see these excuses just pile on top of each other. And these are the same guys who constantly second guess themselves if they should pick this career or not. These are the same guys who constantly second guess themselves if they should start the business or not. If they should, it's like they live their whole life in this second guessing, overthinking, passive state. And that's what this video is for, is to help you get out of that. If you want to learn, understand, and master the language of women, check out the process, the program, the community that I built. I believe I teach these concepts better than anybody. I believe I take a practical approach that makes sense better than anybody. I really believe that I can help you step into that natural God-given intuition that you have. You just need to allow yourself to think through it. So join us inside of that. Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.